Okay, welcome to Junior Dreams Education channel. Today we are going to look at how we can design a simple logo for graphic design. So first of all, let me come to my Photoshop. So here's my Photoshop and I'm going to create my working space. So I'm going to use the 4x4 with a resolution of 300. Then I'll create. So here is where we are going to design our flyer. But before you start, please subscribe to my channel to get weekly videos on Photoshop and website development. So the first thing I'll do is to go in for my ellipse. So I'm going to draw an ellipse. I'll hold the shift and then draw my ellipse. So I'm going to set the fill-in color of the ellipse to no color and set the stroke and give the stroke a color of a rate of 10 pesos. Then I'm going to make a copy of this circle by holding Alt and then drag it, or you can press on Ctrl J to make the copy. I'll then press on Ctrl T and transform it inside. So now this one is okay for me. Then let me position it to the center, double click. Then I'll then my text in a circular path. So I'll select this shape again and come to the top here and specify the path. So when I specify it to path, I'll bring it to the center of this small circle, hold shift and then drag it to draw the path. I'll then transform it inside. Okay, so now this one is okay. I'll then go in for my text tool and bring it to the path and then click on it to start with my text. So my text is Genius Dreams Design. So Genius Dreams Design. So Genius Dreams Design, that's my text. Then I'll press on enter. So the next thing is I'll hold the Alt key and then drag it to make a copy. Then I'll select these two, that's the path selection tool. So I'm going to use it to rotate my text. So I'm going to rotate my text. So now this is okay for now. So the next thing is I'm going to press Ctrl T and transform my text out. Press on enter. Then select the same tool and rotate it again. And then rotate it. Press on enter. Ctrl T and then rotate it. Press on enter. So we are going to get this one. Then let's select our text tool here and then delete this one and write the text I'm going to write there. So I'm going to write graphic designs. So graphic design as the next text. So I'll then press on Ctrl T again and then rotate it small. Press on enter. Then I'll select the move tool and move this inside this circle and position it. So Ctrl T, rotate it small, press enter. It's not all that okay. Ctrl T, rotate it small, press enter. So now this one is okay. Then let's drag it here. Let's go back small. So now is this one fitting? Okay, so let's bring this one here. So I think this one is okay as compared to the previous one. So the next thing is, let me select and increase the size to somewhere about 16. So now you can see it clearly. So graphic designs, let's select, let's set it to the 12 and then increase the space in between it to somewhere about 150. 150 is not all that enough. Let me set it to 200. So now the space in between it is okay for now. As usual, Control T, rotate it small. Okay. So now this one is okay. Let's move it inside small. So now that's the Genius Dreams design. And here is the graphic design Genius Dreams to somewhere about 14. Then let me move it a little bit here. So the next thing is, let me take the graphic design tool and let me right click on it, go to the start. So Control T, right click, go to the start. So now you can see it now looks much better as compared to the first one. But there are Genius Dreams. The space between here and here is not all that encouraging. So let's try and work on that part too. So let me click on Control T, go to the start again, and then let me drag this side small, press on enter. So now I think this one is okay as compared to the previous one. So let me decrease the space in between that one to 110. Press on enter. So now this one too is okay now. Now 110 is too bad. Let me make it 125. Press enter. Sure. Okay. So let me select the graphic design again. Press on Ctrl T. Select the start. Let me move it inside. Press enter. Let me press Ctrl T again. Right click the start. And then let me move this side inside small. Press enter. So I think this one is now okay. So the next thing is to go in for our next images. So I'm going to go to the custom shape tool and I'm going to use this image as I used for my first flyer. So I'm going to change the fill-in color to black and then I'm going to transform it inside. After that, I'll press on enter and then move it here. I'll hold the shift, the alt key to make a copy. Then Ctrl T, right click, flip it horizontally, press on enter. So now we are done with this part. The next thing is I'll go in for my test 2, and then I'm going to write genius, so genius dreams, and I'm going to use symbols to represent them as G for genius and D for dreams. And I'm going to change the font family to Algerian. Then I'm going to press on Ctrl T. So I'm going to press on Ctrl T to transform them out. Then let me click on it. Let me rasterize it. After rasterizing it, then I'm going to use the lasso tool. Then I'll select it and right click and click on the layer via cut. So now I'm going to move this object inside this one to get this design. So the next thing is I'll go in for the text tool again and just write the letter C. So for this letter C, I'll press on Ctrl T and then transform it outside and choose a font family tool for that one. And I'm going to use this font family. So I'll then come and click on Ctrl T again. Let me select the C layer, press on Ctrl T, then right click, rotate 90 degrees, then right click, flip vertical. So this is what we are going to get. We are going to drag it on top of this image. So Ctrl T, and let's rotate it small. Then let's move it on top of it. So this is the image we've gotten. So I'm going to group this one, two as one layer. So let me select them. That's GD. So you select all of those images, then you click on G to group them. So I'm going to call it as IMG. That's the image I'll just design or develop. So after that, I'm going to select this IMG and then move it. Okay, now I can move it. So I'm going to press Ctrl T and transform it inside and get something like this. So the next thing is I'm going to hold the Alt and then drag Alt and drag to make a copy. So I'll then group this one, the resulting solution. Then I'll hold Alt and drag again to make a copy. Then I'll group the resulting one. You select and you press on G to group it. Then I'll hold Alt and drag it again. You can use Ctrl J to make your copy. Then I'll group the resulting ones too again. Then hold Alt to make a copy. Let me bring my copy here. Press on Ctrl T, transform it inside. First of all, let me delete this this one. Let me delete this copy and press on Ctrl T. Let me group these two. That's the resulting one. And press on Ctrl T and transform this one in small. And then hold Alt and drag it to make a copy. So now I think this one is okay now. So I'm going to press Ctrl and select all and group them again. Then I'll right click and merge the group. So after merging the group, I'll press on Ctrl T. Then I'll come here, come to the custom, click on the arc. Then I'll click on this object here. By clicking on it, I'll then drag my image here and come to this small box here and use this small box to adjust my image. So now it's okay. I'll then double click or press enter. So I then click on T to transform this one in. So I'll transform it in to take the shape of the circle. So now as you can see, this one is now okay. I'll double click on it and I'll press on Ctrl J to make a copy of this one. Ctrl T, right click and then flip it horizontal. Then let's position it here. So I'll then go in for the eraser tool and erase this top here. Then let me come and erase this part too. Okay. So then let me select the under layer too and erase this part. Let me come here and do same. So now I'll go in for the, let me use, so now I'm going to draw a polygon for this part. So I'll select my polygon and then draw the polygon. So I'll choose the fill-in color of the polygon to no color and the stroke to black and increase the width to 10 pixels. So after that, I'll then zoom it out. So after zooming it out, I'll then move it to this position, then double click on it. So now you can see our flyer is already made. So for here too, I'll go in for another image. So I'm going to use this image. Let me just go in for that image. Now drag and drop it here. So I would like to also remove the background of this image. So I'll then rasterize it. So after rasterizing it, I'll go for the background image, the background eraser tool, and then come and delete my background. So to make sure that the background has been successfully deleted, let me just draw, go in for the rectangular tool, and let me draw let me go in for the rectangular tool, draw a big rectangle and change the filling color to black so that my image will lie on that filling color or that black image. And then let me select my image and go in for the eraser tool, the background eraser tool, and then erase my background. So let me zoom it in. So now the background has been removed successfully. Let me go back and then delete my rectangle. So let me select this image and then transform it, Control T, and transform it inside here. So that's where I'm going to place this image. And now you can see our flyer, our logo, and then apply color to it. So I'll group my ellipse, so the text and the deer, I won't group them with this one and the polygon to for copy. The graphic design is in part our image. Then I'll press on G to group them. So after grouping them, let me call that one as main. Press enter to save. So I'm going to bring an image to produce a color effect for those parts. Let me click and drag and drop it here. Then I'm going to create clipping marks. When I create the clipping mark, you see the color we are going to produce or get for this part. Let's try and blend it with the background color to see if you get another color out of it. All these colors aren't interesting. So let me leave it at the dissolve part. Then let me group the text too with the deer. Then G and call it as text. Press on enter. And let me go in for the image I want to use for the text. Drag and drop to make sure it covers the text. Then you create clipping marks. So now you see the text. So let me go and add another image. First of all, let me try and blend it to see the outcome colors I'll get. Let me leave it at the light color. Then let me go in for this image, drag and drop it here and see the effect this one can produce. Create clipping marks and then blend it. We are almost losing the yellow color, the color dodge. So this one doesn't look nice for me. So I'll still go in and add another image until they look perfect for me. So let me come and create clipping marks too, and then blend it. Let me check the hard color, difference, exclusion, the divide. So I think this one will work better as compared to the first ones. So the next thing is, let me try and give some shadow to the text as it's not all that clear. So let me go and select those parts, those text only. So that's graphic design, Genius Dreams, and group them. Press on G to group them. So I'm going to add some little drop shadow to them. So you can now see the effect of the drop shadow. So let me adjust. But how come that text turns to black all of a sudden? So let me go back and see the reason why. Okay, then let me make a copy of this and move it on top of the beer. So now let me select my text and add some little drop shadow effect to it. So let me choose this color, the dark one. Press OK. Let me adjust the distance. Now let me set that one to 0 and the size not all that no noise. Let me come here. Then let's set the contour to. So now I think this one is okay for now. Let's click on OK, and then let's group all of them text together with the main and add a brightness to it. Then contrast, let's set it here. So after that, let's add some hue and saturation. Then let's work on the lightness too. So let me adjust this one small. So now I think this one is okay now. So let me check. Let me add a black layer to it And let's see the effect. So when I set it to a black solid layer, this is how we are going to get. So this is the flyer Genius Dreams design, and here is the Genius design, graphic design. So we are done creating this logo. So please, we are done for the day. Please subscribe to my channel to get weekly videos on Photoshop and website development. Like, share, and give your comments. Genius Dreams Education channel is always there for you for all your graphic designs and website development. Thank you. Goodbye.